What's up, guys? Brendan Hancock here with another episode of Groove Subaru today. And today we're here with beautiful red rocks behind us. We're at Mount Falcon State Park here in beautiful Morrison, Colorado. So once again, I've brought along two of our most popular cars here. I've got the 2017 XT Touring Forester, and then I've also brought along a 2017 3.6 R Touring Outback. Now, the reason we brought these cars here today, these are our two most commonly compared vehicles. On paper, these cars are almost exactly the same, and if you watch some of our other videos, we very frequently will compare these two. But if you watch a lot of our videos on our channel, a while back we did a comparison driving the 2.5i Forester and the 2.5i Outback up elevation gains in the similar area to see sort of how the vehicles handle. Now here in Colorado, we often have to deal with elevation, so many people are often deciding whether or not that they want to go with the smaller engine with more fuel economy or go with the larger engine with more power to deal with the elevation gains. So currently we're right around 6,000 feet, and we're going to drive these cars today up to around 9,000 feet to sort of see how they handle compared to the smaller four-cylinder engines that we've compared in the past. So first, we're going to take out the 3.6R Touring Outback and see how that handles. That's going to have about 256 horsepower compared to the 175 horsepower that the four-cylinder Outback has. So let's see how much of a difference it really makes. 75 horsepower. It's a naturally aspirated four-cylinder, and we wanted to sort of compare that to the six-cylinder. Now this is naturally aspirated as well. It's not a turbo like the Forester, but it does actually produce more power. It's 256 horsepower. Now, a lot of times what we wanted to decide was, is the six-cylinder cylinder necessary? If it isn't necessary, I mean, how much of a difference are we talking about here in terms of driving at elevation? So we're driving on I-70 west, we're heading west, we're going up the mountains right now, and when we started, we were right around 3,000, I'm sorry, 6,000, and we're gonna probably end roughly around 9,000 feet. Now, if you watched the video about the 2.5i Outback, we were kind of trying to decide, hey, who is this going to be good for, right? Is this enough power for pretty much anybody except for those who are, car enthusiasts who really are always going to want more power? For example, if they made a V12, or a 12-cylinder Outback, I would probably be interested in purchasing it. You know what I mean? So I'm not the person to ask for that. But I found that the four-cylinder, the 2.5i, offered plenty of power to get up the mountains with a full car of people. Did I find it to have enough power to comfortably pass people on the road? No, I do not. Do I think it would have, been comfortable towing really anything despite having a 3,000-pound towing capacity, a 2,700-pound towing capacity? No, probably not. Not at high elevation. It would not have been enough power. But it was comfortable enough, and given the fact that the fuel economy is quite a bit better. I mean, this is 27 on the highway versus 33, 32 on the highway. That's a pretty big difference long term. So I mean, if it's comfortable for you on the four-cylinder, then you're probably good. Now, this is a naturally aspirated six-cylinder. It offers 256 horsepower. That's almost 100 additional horsepower than the four-cylinder. Now I'm driving it along. I'm going just over 60. I'm going to change this. Here we go. I'm going 62 miles per hour right now, and I'm at around 2,000 RPM. I do not feel that it's working very hard. Now, I drove the Forester Turbo. I had yet to drive the six-cylinder, at least on these inclines, higher elevation gains. And I believe, what I was saying of, I thought the Turbo would feel better than the six-cylinder. I think that's true. I don't feel like I've got a crazy amount of power. I felt in that Forester that I could have ripped around, and I didn't even go into Sport Sharp at all. I didn't even think it was necessary. I felt like I could just rip around and just had tons and tons of power. Do I notice a difference driving this compared to the Forester? Yes, I do. I don't feel that it's working hard. That's kind of the difference. I don't feel that the Outback is working exceptionally hard right now, but I don't feel that it has a ton of extra power like I felt in the Forester. I don't feel like I could, whip up around the mountains, like with crazy speed. Now, here's someone in front of me. I'm going to pass them here. I do have passing power. I'm up at around 3,500 RPM. I really don't want to go higher on the RPMs things there, but I do have passing power here. I don't think the engine's straining. You know, I'm not going up to 4,000 RPM, you know, just to get up the hill. I'm only going, you know, that kind of downshift when I'm trying to pass somebody. So that's normal. The car right now is extremely comfortable. When I'm going down these little kind of declines, or I'm not trying to pass somebody, for example, I could be at, you know, 1,500 RPM. I mean, the car really is not working that hard. I just feel like, yes, even the six-cylinder, I think, is losing a smidge of power up at these higher elevation gains. In contrast to the Forester with the turbo, I don't feel like it's losing much. Now, here's the difference, though. I feel like if I was going to tow something, given the fact that this has a 3,000-pound towing capacity, I still feel like it'd be comfortable towing something, you know what I mean? Something that wasn't huge up these hills. I don't think, you know, towing 3,000 pounds at 10,000 feet, you know, is gonna feel like a muscle car, you know what I mean? But I feel like it would still have enough power to do it and wouldn't be overstraining to the engine. Now I need to get in the left lane here. There's a police up there. Cool. So yeah, overall impressions, comparing this to the 4-cylinder, I think that you definitely notice the power difference. I don't feel that it's working quite as hard as I did with the 4-cylinder. Both of them will do it comfortably. I think that the Forester Turbo with SI drive, however, felt like I had more power available to me than I feel in the Outback. I feel like there's plenty of power here. I've got passing power, I've got towing power. It's all here. But I think that, you know, the fun enjoyment of driving and stuff like that was more so in the Forester than it is in the Outback. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. I think for most people, the 6-cylinder is not necessary. You know, I don't want to confuse anybody here. I was very comfortable driving the 2.5i. You know, yes, it would downshift, you know, in theory it's a CVT, but yes, it would, you know, go up to 4,000 and stuff to get over. But for the most part, I was at, you know, 2,000 RPM and around that area, going roughly 50 miles an hour. So hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you guys haven't watched the Forester video, definitely check that out. Also check out our X mode demonstration. That was so much fun. We did that in the Forester. Fortunately, ran out of time to do it in the Outback, but same ground clearance, both have X mode, would probably be very comparable. So thank you guys for watching. If you have not done so already, please subscribe today, and I'll see you guys next time on Groove Super.